Hey everybody, I wanted to make a Beatle Finds video because I've acquired some Beatle Finds and I wanted to show them to you right now. But first off, let me just say, 2 days ago they announced the release of the Sgt. Pepper box set deluxe edition for the 50th anniversary. How great is that? I really can't believe it, but I will be getting it when it comes out in May, and I'm sure all of you will as well. So just want to get that out of the way. I'm really excited about it, and yes, I will be getting it, and I'm sure all of you will too. So here we go. So last week, my friend Casey, who I talk about a lot on these videos because he owns a record store and gives me a lot of cool stuff and finds me a lot of cool stuff that I buy from him. He gave me a reel-to-reel player, and a couple days ago he gave me two Beatle reels, I guess is what you call them, reels or tapes, and first one here, this is the White Album. And it's on Apple, but it's manufactured by Capitol Records. And this is at 3.5 IPS. He gave me a Simon & Garfunkel album, Bookends, which is 7.5. This is actually 3.3. He gave me a 7.5 IPS one, and it sounds amazing. And ever since I've listened to that, I've been trying to find other tapes at 7.5 because they just sound really, really, really excellent. These Beatle ones, though, at 3 and 3/4, they sound really good as well. They don't obviously have that same audio quality, that like pristine audio quality as the 7.5s, but these sound surprisingly really good. He gave me a Beach Boys compilation that's at 3 and 3/4. It doesn't sound all that great. But these sound really, really good. So I'll show you the actual tape here. Keep it in the box just so I don't rattle around too much. See if I can get the glare away so you can actually read this. I don't know, it's hard. It's on like gold foil here. There you go. You can kind of read that. Yeah, but it sounds really cool, and it's there's no differences as far as like any edits or nothing's been shortened, different mixes. It's all just the standard Capitol Records stereo. There's the back, for those of you who would want to check out the back. But it's cool to have all of the songs on just one side of the tape, and then you turn it over and have all the second side of the album on one side of the tape as well. That's kind of nice to just listen to it continuously. So that's the Beatles' White Album, which I'll put on the bed there. Then he gave me Yellow Submarine. Again, this is 3 3/4 IPS. And this, again, it sounds really good. This one, to me, now I could be totally wrong here, but it seems like it's all too much, the George song on here, right there. It's all too much, had like a different sound to me. I don't know if it's a different mix, different mastering, or what, or just because it's on tape. The one thing about tape is that the stereo separation on tape is like really, really precise. Because like with vinyl, you get a needle going down and it's reading both sides of the groove, and you can get a little bleed over depending on the kind of needle you have or the pressing or whatever. But with tape, it's so exact. There's a left channel and a right channel, and so the separation's very, very, very good. And on It's All Too Much, it really did come across as, it just sounded different to me. I don't know if it's just because of that separation or if it actually is a different mix. So if any of you know about these reel-to-reel tapes, and if maybe some of them have different mixes or whatever, I'd be fascinated to know what you know. So, and again, it's the same kind of this gold foil label here on Apple, although it was manufactured by Capitol Records. So I was really happy to get those. And it's been really fun to explore the reel-to-reel world. I've been bidding on some stuff on eBay just because I don't know if there's anywhere else I could find tapes. My record store that Casey owns, he doesn't have any tapes for sale. People don't really bring them in, and I've looked around at some other record stores and they just don't really exist. So I'm going the eBay route, and they're very, very expensive, especially for the 7.5 IPS Beatle ones. Some of them go like $200, and I'm not going to spend that amount of money. But I will find some more Beatle ones, and when I do, I will post them on here and let you know about them. So, one of my last videos I made was a Vinyl Finds of All Kinds video, and I told you about how I went into an antique store in downtown Ventura, where my girlfriend and I live. We were walking around, and they had like a pile of records just stacked against a chair. There was probably like, a pile like this big, maybe like 40 records. So I was looking through them, and I found a Neil Young Time Fades Away album, which is in perfect shape. And I told you I also found a Beatle-related album, and what I found was this, The Best of George Harrison, and it's on Capitol Records. And I've never had this. I've seen it a couple times in record stores, but I've never bought it just because I have all these songs, And as far as compilations go, I'm not a big fan of like greatest hits or whatever, but this is only $5, and it's in really excellent shape. So I decided, of course, to buy it. There's the inner sleeve there. George looking kind of somber. I do like this, though. There's like a young George in there. And of course, this album famously kind of did a discredit to George, where side one is all some of his Beatle tracks. And granted, they're fantastic songs and excellent, but they're the Beatles, they're not George Harrison's solo. And then side two, you get some of his solo work. My Sweet Lord, Give Me Love, You, Bangladesh, Dark Horse, and What Is Life. All great songs, but in my opinion, they're missing a whole bunch of fantastic George songs that are not on here, like Isn't It a Pity? Could have been on here. I think, I don't know what year was this released, because, let's see, okay, 76. So this is right when George signed with his Dark Horse label and put out, I think, 33 1/3. So maybe there's all the right amount of songs that would be on here as far as the solo career goes. But there's definitely way more from, like, All Things Must Pass and Living the Material World that could have been on this compilation. Oh, I didn't show you the actual record, but it's in great shape. There's side A. And it's got this, like, transformation of George. I don't know if you can see it there. Kind of like John and Yoko did on, what album is that? They did that. I think sometime in New York City, the double album, I think they did that transformation of, like, John to Yoko's face. Here it's just George to George. So, I was very excited to get this for only $5, and like I said in the other video, I did feel kind of like giddy, and I really couldn't believe that I was going to get it for only $5, and I felt a little bit bad, because they could easily get like $20 for an album like this, in my opinion. I mean, maybe 10, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, but they sold it for $5, and I bought it, and I'm really happy to have it. So, George Harrison's Greatest Hits, or rather, the best of George Harrison on Capitol Records. Happy to pick that up. And then, my last Beatle vinyl find for this video, I got Ringo's second album, Bukus of Blues, which is the album he recorded, his country album that he recorded in Nashville with the assistance of Pete Drake, who is a pedal steel player. I also see that this is engineered by Scotty Moore, who is Elvis Presley's guitar player on all those early hits. And this is in very good shape. I got this at Record Outlet in Thousand Oaks. I like that picture on the back there of Ringo and all the session guys. A lot of these guys, too, are the guys that played on Bob Dylan's and Neil Young's records in the late 60s, early 70s. It's got a great gatefold. You got Ringo playing guitar. He only knows 3 chords. I think he always says he knows C, and I see he's playing a C there. That's kind of cool. Then you got the lyrics. And, of course, the record is on Apple Records. And this record's in very, very good shape. I listened to this like last week or whatever, I think, maybe last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, whenever I got it. My camera is having a hard time here today, guys. Oh well, you know what the Apple label looks like. It's nothing special. Well, nothing special in the sense of it's nothing different. The Apple label is quite special. I like the Apple label. Anyway, I listened to it, and as an album, I can't say I love it. It's just kind of a standard country thing, and you got Ringo singing. I like Ringo. I like him as a drummer, and I love two of his albums. I like a whole lot. I love the Ringo album, obviously, and I also love Ringo's Roto Gabor, which I think is a very, very good album. But I'm not the biggest Ringo singing fan in the world, and this is just him singing. I don't think he plays drums on this at all. So this is more of just a collector's item for me, just to add it to the collection, and it was in such good shape. So that is Ringo's Bukus of Blues. Then I was working in a town called Simi Valley, which is in California. I was working in this town. I don't normally go there all that often. And the place I was working next door had like a used bookstore, so I went in there checking it out. They had a bunch of really, really cool books that I picked up. I collect John Steinbeck books, and I got like a first edition of one of his books. Winter of Our Discontent is what I got. And then I got like a book on William Randolph Hearst. But anyway, they had some Beatles stuff, and I picked up, first, I'll show you this. I picked up Linda McCartney's 60s. This is in not the best shape, but it's all the pages are in there. But I got this for $1, so can't go wrong with that. And this is just a fantastic book with a lot of her photos from the 60s. Great photos of Paul, great photos of the Beatles, especially she has some great Neil Young photos, Bob Dylan. She photographed everyone, so I was very happy to pick up Linda McCartney's 60s for only $1. Then I picked up this book, The Beatles in Rishikesh, and my computer just went to sleep, so I will unsleep it. And it's by Paul Saltzman. And this book, while it looks really cool and it does have some great pictures, it didn't really have anything that I hadn't seen before, which I was kind of surprised by. It was only $5, by the way, so I didn't, blow any money on it. But almost all these photos are in the Beatles anthology. So that was a little bit disappointing, I guess, because I don't know what I was thinking. I was hoping maybe there would be, some photos of them like in their rooms or something, or writing songs or whatever. But it has some great photos all the same. It also doesn't have very much dialogue. It's just a lot of photos. And the photos are great, though, so you gotta give them credit there. But it's all these photos that we've seen quite a bit. So I was a little bit surprised. And this is like the kind of text you get in here. You get like a page of like large text there. So I was happy to add to the collection, but it's definitely a book that I don't see myself opening more than once every couple of years when I see it on my shelf and I go, oh, what was that one? So anyway, there's the back. Got some shots of the lads there. So, Beatles in Rishikesh. That was a book I picked up. So that's it for now, and those are my Beatle finds for this time. And like I said, I'm looking forward to... oh, there goes my phone. What is my phone saying? Oh, it's the Dodger game, folks. Baseball is back. I'm very excited about baseball. I don't know if any of you are baseball fans, but obviously I am. Happy it's back. Right, Bert? My friend Bertram is a big Red Sox fan, so he's all about that. I'm about the Dodgers. Anyway, back to vinyl. These are my Beatle finds, and I'm very excited about Sgt. Pepper 50th anniversary coming out soon, and when it does, I will be buying it. I will be making a review about it, and there you go. So, we'll talk to you guys next time. All right. I got to be able to click this off, though, folks. Let's zoom in on Ringo. Looks pretty sad in this. I'm sad.